Welcome back to MLB Central, presented by Cone Resnick. Since the start of July, did you know that these are Lawrence Butler's stats?
Wow.
And he is how only Aaron Judge has more home runs since the start of July.
This young man's figuring it out.
Wow, won AL Player of the Week. And the beauty of the Skybox, D-Row, is that yesterday you had one of the greatest players of all time, and today you have a manifesto in your hands of a 24-year-old who is figuring it out, is a must-watch, and has the personality to match.
Yeah, Lauren, there's a lot of good happening in Oakland. There's some big power chords out there. I'm telling you, Eric Nays came back from a day doing something. He was off, and he goes, I got a manifesto on Lawrence Butler, and this thing's got weight to it. This is like multiple pages. I'm like, Nays, you're going down a dark path. But Lawrence Butler, let's get into it. There is a lot to like here. Big time power, made some adjustments. Mark Kotze said, stop moving the head, get from point A to point B. 2018 sixth round, 285K, goes to the minors. Pause this and bring up the splits for me real quick. I want you to soak this in, because it wasn't just this meteoric ascent. There was some learning curves. There was a lot of trust, a lot of coaches getting involved here. This is a freak athlete that had to learn his craft, and it's starting to come together. Before July 1st of 24, a $195 with 6 homers, no on-base percentage, no slug, and a weighted runs created plus that gets you sent back to the minors. Look at since July 1st. 323, 19 bombs. Aaron Judge got 20. 19, I mean, it's completely flipped. He's gone from a guy who needs to go down to AAA for more seasoning to a guy who's going to hit in the middle of our order for the next 8 to 10 years. Okay? So he credits, bring up the side-by-side of the front angle. Right here. June 29th to June 30th. He credits making some adjustments in the cage with his hitting coach and talking about, I want to keep my head still a little bit more. I want to ride my back leg, get in on the inside of my back leg, and be a little bit more efficient with my swing in the big league. So I wanted to see with Jacob Bader, say, hey, let's look at the side-by-side and see if he's doing anything different. So run this slow. He claims this is the day he started to feel good. Pause. Well, I already see, and you're going to see as this tape progresses, he's a guy that goes back and forth with a little toe tap and a leg kick. Okay? You see a lot of guys do that. Run it. He was going with a toe tap on June 29th, a little late, front side flies open. And then June 30th, he makes a little bit of an adjustment, and for whatever reason, timing, it is clicked. Because I want you to dive in on some of these 18 home runs. This is part of the 3-homer game. I'm talking, we're hitting tape measure shots. Dan's been in these ballparks before. 388, that's left on left. You're telling me, run that back for me. Left on left in Anaheim, and it looks like he hits a 2-iron with a little fade. That's like Dan on a short par 4 right there. Robbie Ray in the gap at San Francisco, another 3-homer game coming up in Cincinnati. And the last one, he lets out a scream because he knows he's making history right here. Just absolutely going bonkers. Left on left, that's a base hit over his second baseman's head.
How'd that get out?
He carries, and then Luis Castillo. So a lot to like on what he's doing. I want to bring up the next board, can we? Slugging percentage leader since July 1st. Bobby Witt Jr., Vlad, Judge, Lawrence Butler, his teammate Brent Rooker, who we're going to bring back at the end, and Yordan Alvarez. So I want to dive in on the tri-screens and the side-by-sides and see if we can find anything different. So take a look. Face value. This was last year. This was early in the season. This is right now. Face value, you don't see much. I look at where he's standing foot-wise. I look at where his hands are. Pretty much in the same spot. So just making minor adjustments with his foot placement. All right, run this. Changing it up with a little leg kick. Pause. Let it play out for me. The distance between where he's standing as opposed to right now. He's tightened it up, gotten way more athletic as of last night. He was really searching come March 29th of 2024, trying to hang in there. I actually don't hate this swing in 2023. I'd like to see a combination at some point of those two Augusts brought back together. But he is feeling really good, being a little bit more athletic, feet a little shoulder width apart, and it's working for him. Run this. You see him, run that back real quick. Just see him staying behind the baseball. This one, he's got really no chance. When you're back here like this, it's so hard to sit in a chair and just spin that you almost have to come off your backside. I do not hate what he was doing August 18th of 2023, but man, this is really good. Short to the baseball, nothing going forward, hitting in that door frame, and really seeing the baseball. I mean, he's got freakish pop, so he doesn't have to do crazy things to generate. Bring up the next board. Take a look at his career batted ball splits. Again, something clicked in that cage in Arizona playing the Diamondbacks, because his hard hit percentage has gone through the roof, barrel percentage is through the roof, fly ball line drive percentage is way up, not popping up, so he's not cutting across the baseball. Strikeout percentage is down. And this is the biggest thing. If you don't punch and you start to understand how guys are attacking you, a guy with crazy pop like him can get going. So let's get back into it a little bit. What else does he do really well? Crushes the ball down. You almost are forced to elevate to him. When you dive in on the numbers, I mean, he's smoking everything right now. Fastballs, slug percentage-wise, he's in the top 5. Off-speed stuff, he next to Ohtani. I mean, he's right up there with slugging against the off-speed stuff. So he's doing a lot of things well, but when you really dive in, pause this, bring up what he does on low in the zone. Slug leaders on non-elevated pitches. It's him and Jordan, and he's got a nice margin on him. All right, you saw Brent Rooker pop up real quick, his teammate. Let's get to this side by side. I just wanted to make a point on to flip him from the right side because Nays dove in pretty deep on this one, and I loved it. Run it. Brent Rooker's on a lot of these lists, these StatCast lists. Bring up the last board because this is the stuff I like. 80th percentile or higher in bat speed, so he's got elite bat speed. And 70th percentile or higher in swing length. So he's got a short swing, short and compact to the baseball, but it's elite bat speed. Who's on that list? You got Elliot Ramos, you got Bobby Witt Jr., you saw what Wyatt Langford did last night, and you got Lawrence Butler and Brent Rooker, so guys who can get their A-hack off but are tight and short to the baseball. Listen, I don't know if it's a minor move, but this guy has gone from a AAA guy to a middle-of-the-order bat for the Oakland A's.
You said he was searching in the beginning of the year. To figure it out in season, I feel like is even more impressive.
Yeah, very impressive. He's also got 13 stolen bases, too. Hasn't been caught stealing.
That was awesome. Nays and D-Row.
Yeah, really good stuff there. Future could be bright, maybe very bright for the Oakland A's.